Welcome to a discussion around general concepts used in Legoz. Today we will cover the use of filtering and criteria in Legoz. In this video, we will discuss filtering data in data objects using the filter function versus the use of criteria on field level. Filtering data is a fundamental aspect of managing and analyzing information, and an integral aspect of Legoz. Filtering in Legoz simplifies the process of selecting specific rows of data from an entity in a data object, based on defined criteria. This mirrors the functionality of SQL's where clause. Consider the following breakdown of a basic SQL query. In the world of databases and SQL, filtering often involves crafting complex queries with where clauses to extract specific subsets of data from large datasets. For many users, this can be a daunting task, and this is where the power of Legoz comes to the fore. Imagine, for example, that you have a table of employees and want to filter out only those who work in a particular city, such as Calgary. You don't need to be a SQL expert to do this with Legoz, because the system will guide you through a series of simple steps, and before you know it, your filter will be ready to use. What's more, Legoz ensures that the queries it generates are fully compatible with SQL standards. So regardless of whether you're a seasoned SQL pro or a relative newcomer to database management, you can be sure that the queries Legoz produces are robust and reliable. One of Legoz's most compelling advantages is its capacity to bridge the gap between SQL and everyday users. Whether you're a data analyst, a business user, or anyone else who works with data, the system's effortless filtering function makes your life easier. By abstracting away the complexities of SQL querying, Legoz empowers a broader audience to tap into the power of data without first having to negotiate a steep learning curve. Now let's discuss criteria. Criteria are conditions or filters that allow you to select specific rows from a database table. In this part of the video, we'll look at the fundamental aspects of criteria, covering how they are used to filter, limit, and retrieve specific data, and examining the pivotal role they play in extracting precise data from Legoz. Let's start by exploring the different types of criteria commonly used in SQL queries. These include equality, inequality, range, pattern matching, and null criteria. Equality criteria are straightforward. They help you to select rows where a specific column matches a certain value. For example, if you wanted to retrieve all customers with the last name Smith, you would use equality criteria. Inequality criteria are utilized when you want to filter out rows based on values that do not match your specified condition. This could involve excluding certain categories. Range criteria select rows where a specified column falls within a certain range of values. In this instance, the between operator is utilized. Pattern matching criteria select rows where a specified column matches a certain pattern. The like operator is used in the criteria query. Null criteria are crucial for handling missing or undefined data in your databases. They help you identify rows in which a particular column lacks a value, or conversely, in which it is populated. This is an example of the syntax of an is-null criteria query. Now let's discuss the benefits of using criteria over straight filters in Legoz, and examine why criteria can be a more powerful and efficient choice. Firstly, performance optimization. SQL databases have optimizers that analyze and improve query execution plans. By using criteria, you can help Legoz to understand and enhance the query for better performance. Second, maintainability and readability. Embedding criteria in Legoz queries keeps your filtering logic centralized, which makes it easier to maintain. Any changes to filtering conditions can be made directly in the query on the data object attribute, without having to update multiple filters. Legoz also provides a clear and standardized way to express filtering conditions, making the logic more understandable for users who are familiar with SQL. Legoz offers the same capabilities for adding criteria to data object attributes through the provision of a criteria field at attribute level on the fields list of objects in the object builder. Since the criteria is added to the field itself, it is not necessary to add the table or column name to the query when adding a criteria in Legoz. You can simply add the operator and the value on which you wish to filter. Let's look at a quick example. Suppose we want to retrieve all tracks where the artist is AC/DC. Using straight filters in Legoz would look like this. First, after modifying the object, you would open the Filters modal. Then click Add a Rule, select the attribute on which you wish to filter, choose the relevant filter operator, and then enter the filter value. Finally, the record is saved. Take note of the query syntax presented on screen, and then close it. Next, validate the object to confirm the query statement completed successfully. Lastly, select Run, and confirm the example run results are filtered as expected. Using criteria, however, you can directly express the filter in your query. In this example, we will apply a criteria on the track name attribute, where it does not equal go down. This is done by opening the Fields modal. On the track name attribute, click inside the criteria field and add the relevant criteria. Remember, since the criteria is being added to the attribute itself, it is not necessary to add the table or column name to the query when capturing the query. Clicking away from the criteria field saves the query. Close the Fields modal. Next, validate the object and view the query. Note that in the validation results, the criteria is always run first in the query, followed by the filters. Lastly, run the data object and confirm the results are limited based on this new criteria. This demonstrates how SQL criteria can simplify and streamline your queries. In conclusion, using criteria presents a more powerful, flexible, and maintainable way to handle data retrieval and manipulation in Legoz data objects than straight filters can provide. Utilizing criteria enables you to leverage the capabilities of Legoz to optimize performance and ensures that complex querying needs are met efficiently. Thank you for watching. Catch you in the next one.